These are the top 5 sad lesbian movies on Netflix that still make me cry more than I expected. And I'm not talking about one dramatic tear sliding down your face. I mean the kind of cry where you pause the movie, stare at the wall for a second, and question why you do this to yourself. I didn't pick these randomly. These are the lesbian romantic movies on Netflix that people still talk about years later. The ones that show up in comment sections with, "I was not emotionally prepared." Some of them are slow burns. Some of them are suffocatingly romantic. And one of them? It doesn't just break your heart. It sits with you long after the credits roll. Stick around because this list goes from quietly devastating to emotionally unforgettable. And number 1, if you've seen it, you already know the scene. The one that leaves you staring at the screen in silence. Number 5 is Carol. Carol hurts softly. It's one of those sad lesbian movies on Netflix that doesn't rely on dramatic screaming or explosive heartbreak. Instead, it gives you tension, longing, the kind of love that feels fragile from the moment it begins. Set in 1950s New York, the story follows Therese, a young aspiring photographer working in a department store, and Carol, an elegant, older woman trapped in a crumbling marriage. Their connection starts with a look. Not fireworks, not chaos, just eye contact that lingers a second too long. And from there, everything builds in glances, in small smiles, in the way they sit across from each other in diners like the rest of the world doesn't exist. But here's the thing. This world is watching them. Carol is in the middle of a brutal divorce. Her husband suspects. The courts are unforgiving. And loving a woman in 1950s America isn't just scandalous, it's dangerous. What makes this one of the most quietly powerful lesbian romantic movies on Netflix is how restrained it is. The emotions aren't loud. They're suffocated. Every touch feels risky. Every moment feels temporary. And when you realize what Carol has to sacrifice just to fight for custody of her child, that's when it hits you. It's not just about romance. It's about survival. If you're looking for sad lesbian movies on Netflix that are emotionally suffocating, Carol will absolutely get under your skin. Number 4 is The World to Come. This one feels like loneliness wrapped in snow. Set in the mid-1800s on the American frontier, it follows Abigail and Tolly, 2 women living in isolated marriages on neighboring farms. Their lives are repetitive, cold, emotionally starved. You can feel the emptiness in every frame. The silence is almost loud. And then they meet. What starts as polite visits slowly turns into something deeper. Shared conversations, soft laughter, confessions whispered in kitchens while their husbands are away. It's not dramatic. It's delicate. But you can feel from the beginning that this kind of love isn't safe in their world. The film takes its time. It doesn't rush the connection. It allows the audience to sit in the longing, in the slow realization that this might be the only time in their lives they ever feel understood. And that's what makes it devastating. Because when happiness is rare, losing it feels catastrophic. This is one of those lesbian films on Netflix where the heartbreak doesn't explode. It seeps in slowly. By the end, you're not just watching sadness, you're sitting inside it. Trust me, this one lingers. Number 3 is Tell It to the Bees. This one frustrated me before it broke me. Set in a small, judgmental Scottish town, it tells the story of Lydia, a single mother, and Jean, a reserved doctor who returns home after her father's death. At first, their connection feels hopeful, almost healing. Jean is kind. Lydia is warm. There's this gentle energy between them that makes you think, maybe this one will be different. But small towns have long memories and sharp tongues. Rumors spread fast. Suspicion builds. And suddenly, what started as something tender becomes something dangerous. This movie does a brilliant job of showing how quickly love can turn into a target. The tension creeps in slowly until it feels unbearable. You're rooting for them. You're practically begging the universe to let them have this one small piece of happiness. But prejudice doesn't care about happiness. And when the consequences start unfolding, it hurts in a very real way. It's one of those sad lesbian movies on Netflix that reminds you how cruel society can be, especially when 2 women dare to love each other openly. You might cry from anger. You might cry from helplessness. Or you might just sit there feeling heavy. Either way, you'll feel it. Number 2 is Disobedience. This one is intense, quiet, controlled, emotionally suffocating in the most mature way possible. Disobedience follows Ronit and Esti, 2 women who reconnect in an Orthodox Jewish community after years apart. They share history. They share unfinished feelings. And the moment they're in the same room again, you can feel it. But this isn't just about 2 women falling back in love. It's about faith, family, tradition, expectations that feel impossible to escape. Every conversation feels loaded. Every glance feels risky. The tension between them isn't loud, it's internal. It's in the way they hesitate, the way they choose their words carefully, the way their bodies lean toward each other, even when their beliefs pull them apart. This is one of those lesbian romantic movies on Netflix that explores forbidden love with emotional maturity. It's not about rebellion for the sake of drama. It's about the cost of authenticity. And when the emotional dam finally breaks, it's not explosive. It's devastatingly human. Before we get to number one, if you love discovering good lesbian films to watch on Netflix that actually make you feel something, help us keep this WLW watch list alive. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, and drop your own heartbreak recommendations in the comments. This community grows because of you, and we love building it together. Now, number one, Portrait of a Lady on Fire. Yeah, you knew this was coming. This isn't just one of the best sad lesbian movies on Netflix. It's one of the most emotionally devastating love stories ever put on screen. Set in 18th century France, it follows Marianne, a painter hired to secretly create a wedding portrait of Heloise, a woman who refuses to sit for it because she does not want to be married off. So Marianne observes her, studies her, memorizes her face during walks along the cliffs, and somewhere between observation and understanding, something shifts. The connection between them builds in silence, in shared glances, in the smallest movements. There's no dramatic background, music telling you how to feel. No exaggerated declarations of love. Just two women recognizing each other in a world that's about to separate them. What makes this one of the most unforgettable lesbian romantic movies on Netflix is how it handles longing. They know their time is limited. And you know it too. Every smile feels temporary. Every touch feels urgent. They fall in love in borrowed time. And that ending, if you've seen it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The music, the tears, the way she watches from across the room. The realization that some loves don't last, they transform you. It's not loud heartbreak. It's soul-altering heartbreak. Portrait of a Lady on Fire doesn't just make you cry. It makes you sit in silence afterward. It makes you replay scenes in your head. It makes you think about the people who changed you, even if they didn't stay. And that's why it's number one. So that's my top 5 sad lesbian movies on Netflix that made me cry more than I expected. Whether you're in the mood for quiet longing, forbidden love, societal heartbreak, or emotionally devastating soulmates, these lesbian films on Netflix will absolutely deliver. Did your emotional support heartbreak movie make the list? Or is there a sad lesbian romantic movie on Netflix that destroyed you that I missed? Drop it in the comments. I'm always looking for more good lesbian films to watch on Netflix, even if they emotionally ruin me. And don't forget, there's plenty more where this came from. Let's keep building the ultimate WLW watch list.